Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thank you for joining in. Welcome all Mandela effectians. Hi, how's everybody doing out there? Welcome everyone.
Good, Brian.
Thank you. Hey, we're back. We're back for another great show. We've got plenty of Mandela effects to present, right, Sandy?
Yeah, we have I think 8 folders tonight.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Are there any birthdays, Teresa? Worthy of mentioning?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. We got the links that we're going to share from Teresa Lynch's group tonight.
Yes, including one of yours.
One of mine? Yeah, that's right.
Your poll. Which you're going to be able to show the
Yes,
residue
and
I
we
sent
all
you, remember?
Yes.
And a couple
Yep.
of they're really good residues.
Hey guys, don't forget to sub Sandy's channel, by the way.
Yes.
Sandy lost 3 subscribers. I'm not sure how that happened, but yeah, we need to get the numbers up, guys. Subscribe to SandyDiVa's channel.
Your channel, Sandy.
Huh?
It's just
Tell them the
SandyDiVa.
name of your channel.
No, it's SandyDiVa Mandela Effects. I added because there's a lot of SandyDivas, so I made SandyDiVa Mandela Effects.
All right. Well, you guys know, some of you guys that are on computers, you can just right click on it. Well, you used to be able to do that. I don't know about now, but you should be able to right click on it and go to user's channel.
In your chat. I'd have to go to your chat.
That's fine.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead and send the link, Sandy. Yeah, Teresa.
I'm excited about my my new look from Sandy, which I'm going to be putting it in there. What day is the 4th on next week? I don't have my calendar up. Anybody got a calendar up? May
the 4th be with you is coming up. That's the day that Teresa Lynch also so we would all remember when she started this. It was May 4th, and actually we're on year 5 coming up. Don't let that number. That number 4 means it's been 4 years her group's been going on. And see, we have 2,500 members to that group. So, guys, feel free to join. If you're not part of it yet, if you want to discuss Mandela effects openly with people or just tell your story, you can interact with other people. The only rules. Well, we have some rules. Obviously, there are general rules. The only thing is you have to answer the questions. Okay, make sure you answer the questions, guys. If you'd like to join. Please
do that. And I am excited. I am going to post the brand new look. You'll see it. And thank you to Sandy. I don't want to tell you what it looks like yet, but it's gonna be beautiful, right, Sandy?
Yes, thank you.
And it's in every year I've been changing my look. Thanks to Sandy. I like to change the look of my group every year. And it's going to be a different look. It's still the same group, but you're going to see the background. I don't know. What do you call that, Sandy? The name of where it's at?
Banner.
The banner. Yeah, wait till you see it. And May 4th is next week, Brian?
Yeah, May 4th is next week. It's interesting that basically it's the day before Cinco de Mayo, of course. And you know what? You guys know? Any of you guys follow Guardians of the Galaxy? The movie comes out next weekend, next Friday.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see it. I love that movie. Me too.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 coming out Friday.
Hey, isn't there a Mandela effect in there about that song? Remember the very first one? Remember the Hail?
Yes. It used to be, hey,
Brian,
what's the matter with you?
Speaking of residue, if you look up the original singer, he's at a club playing and he says, hey. I'll have to find the video. Yeah. He's literally the one who sings the song. He sings, hey. He doesn't say hail.
Yeah. How many of you guys actually sang that song when you were younger? And did you say hail or did you say hey?
No way.
No. And it's crystal clear that you can hear hail. But anyway, let's get on.
Sings it the way we remember it, Brian, the actual singer.
Yes.
I've been trying to talk for like 2-3 minutes now. Happy birthday, Robert Humphrey, in the chat.
Oh, happy birthday, Robert. I love your channel, by the way, man. Keep it up.
Hey, Dean Johnson, welcome.
His birthday was yesterday.
Yeah, Dean. Yeah, Dean Johnson. He's always here. He presents a lot of the Bible stuff to everyone, and I love it. Keep
And
them
I'm sure
coming,
he
Dean.
sees the changes too, Brian. I bet you he does.
A lot of people see the changes. Yeah, he does.
One crazy one is a lion and the lamb. That one really irks me. I know it was a lion and the lamb, not stupid wolf.
Esther. I think Esther found a new one. Esther, didn't you find a new one with the Bible changes?
I think I found 2, didn't I?
Yeah, and I'm surprised. If you want to, we can share them. But just go ahead and say what's in there. What's in the Bible now? Tell us what words are now in the Bible.
The suburbs.
Yes, suburbs is now in the Bible. I mean, come on.
What?
Yep, it's
Suburbs.
in Numbers. I was
No.
I happened to randomly. I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? Let's just open it up. And I never read Numbers, and I'm like, wow. And I'm like, wait, what? When did suburbs become a thing? That's
So I would have to actually go check or consult the Excel spreadsheet we have now. The Excel spreadsheet has been tracking the Bible changes. I think the date that I have on there is August of 2016, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's right.
Well, if you're consulting that, you should check Durst as well.
Sandy, they're having trouble hearing you.
I know,
Yes,
because I went
what was
into
the other
my
one?
microphone settings and someone took off the automatic and lowered it all the way down.
Oh no.
Oh, geez. Oh, no.
Do I sound better
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
So-
I did look up suburbs, and it actually does mean a small suburban town and like city and stuff, like just like what we use for today. So it's like that's weird. Also, I don't know if we talked about Klein. I think it's Klein.
Klein?
Oh, Klein.
I think it would. I don't know. It was Joseph when he was explaining Pharaoh's dream, and instead of saying cattle or cow, it's Klein. I think it is, or something like that. I don't even.
I
it's
didn't
a
hear
weird
that
word.
one.
Yeah, it's a new word. I had to look it up, but I'm like, did that actually mean cow?
Yeah.
Or I've never heard. And I mean, I know Joseph's story very, very well. That's one of Genesis is like the book that I know like really, really well, especially Joseph's story, Isaac, Esau, Jacob, that whole thing. Like I know it really, really well.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
So there's a lot of
what did you just
a lot
say? I was reading it and like never heard of that word before. Well, the first time I read through that story or heard it, I was like 10, and I'm like, if I had heard that word when I was 10, I would have been like, what is that word? And I would have that word would have stuck in my brain. Not cattle or cow.
Well, speaking of cows and cattle, you know the word for what is it? Ox, I think, is unicorn. No, rhinoceros is called a unicorn in the Bible. That's what it's if I'm not mistaken, that's what unicorns are in the Bible. We also have dragons and things of that nature. But anyway, let's continue. Let's start with the Teresa's group posts here. These are some of the top 5 from Teresa's group. So the first one, Teresa, can you guys hear me?
Sorry, I'm just reading the thing. Somebody's talk to text is acting up, and it says my talk to Texas is acting up.
I know. I was talking to Deborah about it. It's okay. It's okay. We understand.
I thought I sounded like robot-y or something. You guys were laughing at me. I don't know.
No.
Always good to talk to
Texas. Anyway, so Teresa's post here a couple of hours ago. She remembers this perm has been around since the 50s. I used this plenty of times in the 1970s, but the name changed for me, she says. She attached residues. What do you remember? Was it A Tony perm with a Y, or B, Tony perm with an I. Now, this generally, guys, this should not apply to you, but it,
I can imagine you would say perm, Brian.
the first thing that comes to my mind is don't mess with the Zohan. I don't know why.
I love that
guys.
movie.
Yes, I love
I
that
don't
movie
watch it
too.
with the kids home though.
No, definitely not.
It's not
You
really.
can't watch you can't watch the Adam Sandler movies with your kids around unless they're of age of understanding. But yeah,
before we get like really started and they're answering the question, even though they can see the box, should we do a shout out in the chat?
You want to do a shout out, Sandy?
Yeah. Give me
Go
1
ahead.
second.
All right.
Now, if I go to Brian's chat, will I see everyone?
You should, right?
Yeah, we got.
Name some people in your chat, Sandy, and I'll tell you if they're in Brian's chat. Just name some people in your chat.
No, I only see Dean. Hi, Dean. In my chat, I see Ralph and Cassie Francis, Jeremy.
Yeah, they're over here. They're over here.
I think you, only on a computer can you see it. I can't.
Dean Johnson, General Sorrow, Analog Line,
Siren Offspring, Robert Humphrey, Lost in Space, Ryugami Mikado,
Michael Fontaine,
Derek Coleman,
Rudy P, Deborah O'Connor,
Ralph and Cassie Francis.
Preliminals here too.
Yeah, and Xavier San Diego.
I see Michael Fontaine now. Hello. I see Xavier just popping in. Hello. Okay, I think we got everyone. If we missed you, just say hi.
Well, there's one here that says Facebook.
Facebook user.
I don't know who that one is.
Then that's funny how StreamYard just calls them Facebook users. I guess it makes them anonymous, maybe. But yeah, apparently we have some people from your group, Teresa, watching.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Welcome person from Facebook.
Go Kart Bob's here, Sandy. Go Kart Bob.
Go Kart Bob. Hello. Welcome, Kurt Palosari. Welcome.
Did you mention Karen Maloney?
Yes, I did.
Oh, here's one. Rugumine Mikado.
I already, yep.
Yep.
Did you get
Mr. Mikado? I just call him Mr. I call him Mr. Mikado because I can't pronounce the first name. So sorry.
Nikki Holter. We got a lot of people here, guys. Derek Coleman. Nikki Holter. Kurt. I'm gonna mess your name up. I'm sorry. Palosaria.
Hang on, isn't Garrett Coleman from the Different Stroke show?
Gary. You're thinking Gary.
It was Gary, Brian.
Gary Coleman. Okay, Gary. Okay.
Coleman. With the
Gary
Y.
Coleman. Yeah, with a Y.
All right.
So Brian, how about you not mention my subscribers anymore? You asked people to subscribe, and I lost a subscriber.
Oh no!
Come on, guys. Tell people, if you're on Rumble, I'm on Rumble, but not under SandyDiVa. I have a SandyDiVa account, but all my stuff, the account name is Mandela Effect Videos. So if you're on Rumble, you can subscribe to me there. It's not live though. The thing's post the next day. So if you miss it here, and you are on Rumble, you'd rather watch it there, you can.
Now, you guys probably would know more about this than me. This perm look here. So tell me what you guys remember who are in the chat. Was it Tony with a Y or with an I?
But remember, it was in the 70s. I don't even know if they still make this perm, tell you the truth. My hair is straight, but I don't remember.
I don't know.
General says we're not allowed to answer yet.
Yeah, Sandy. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he caught me on that one. All right, so which one is it, guys?
Oh, that'd be awesome, Michael Fontaine. Send it our way.
What?
I do have a new email though, Michael Fontaine. I don't have. It's the new email. I'm gonna put in my chat. It's SandyDiVa at Mandela-Effect. I can't write and type. .me. That is my email address. Now, Teresa, I will say Tony is a female name with an I.
Yeah, I know. For some reason, I'm remembering it different. Maybe.
I believe you. But the TON is merged, so that's something.
Oh.
Or
Yeah.
TO. You know,
It's
TON.
fun.
So now it's Tony with an I and the TON is merged.
Yeah, there's a few pieces of residue.
Got the backwards
yeah,
A, the tilted E's. Everything's going on wrong there.
There's a
I'm
few.
gonna try to I'm gonna try to flip through some of these pictures here so you guys can see them.
Make sure you keep an eye out for Jeff in between posts.
Oh yeah, Jeff.
Okay. So a lot of
I'm not
people
alone.
here. Yeah, why would they say it was Tony Perms if it wasn't with a Y? I mean,
Because other people remember too.
Oh, I need to make an announcement. Gen C Tourday, if you are listening, I accidentally removed you from the channel, removing somebody else. You are back. But if you thought I removed you, it was an accident. I'm sorry. You're back. It was not meant for you.
It's funny, Sandy.
Yeah. I just wanted her to hear it from me in case she thought she was blocked. She's not blocked. I accidentally hid her from the channel by accident.
Okay. Okay, Brian. Next post, please. Starting to get tired.
okay, yeah, yep. So this is the Peter Pan famous quote here that I posted earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know from you guys the famous quote from Peter Pan. First star to the right and straight on till morning. Second star to the right and straight on till morning, or third star to the right and straight on to morning.
Look at the post so far.
I mean, it's 66% third, 33%.
And you should show
second.
the residue I sent you. The residue.
I don't know. I mean, I would.
Well, I can't pull up that residue, Teresa. It would have to be added to the comments. Remember, I have Messenger blocked right now.
Shoot.
Welcome.
Just if you get a
Divinity.
chance.
Welcome to Is You Divinity.
Right.
I think I might know who that is. Third all the way.
Okay. Yep. Is You Divinity says third all the way. Any of you guys agree? Disagree? What do you remember?
I remember third.
I would assume second, but that's just throwing a number out there. It wouldn't be first, but I don't. First doesn't sound right, but I've only watched Peter Pan like a couple of times, and that was like 20 years ago.
I got an idea. Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in that post and I'm gonna add that T-shirt that I found. Hold on, okay? It's gonna pop up there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hold on, let me go in there real quick. I hope I don't get kicked out. Okay, let me go in there.
The Peter Pan I watched is not that. It's a funny take on Peter Pan.
Welcome to my chat, Go-Kart Bob. I couldn't see you before. Hello.
Where is that piece of residue at? I just had it.
I'm more busy laughing at what the jokes were and the thing because it was a funny comedy. Then I don't remember words.
Wait, what was the funny comedy?
Oh, is the Goes Wrong show did Peter Pan Goes Wrong, and it's so basically like every 2 seconds something goes wrong, and it's absolutely hilarious. But so I don't really remember which star he said because I was busy laughing at his pants falling down. It's just like I'm literally like laughing at their clothes getting ripped off and stuff, and it was just absolutely hilarious because they were supposed to get picked up with the straps, and the straps accidentally like ripped not all of their clothes, obviously. Yeah. But enough of
Teresa, you're gonna have to let me know when I need to refresh. I'll refresh it, and that way we can share your residue, okay?
No, I'm trying to go get it, and I'm going to get kicked out.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Never
let me
mind.
just describe. No, it's okay. Let me just describe it. There's a T-shirt. It says third star to the right and straight on till morning. If you Google it, it comes up as like the third result.
Yeah, I have it there, Brian. If
Let me see if I can find it.
it's there, trust me. Gallery, why don't I have it? I sent it to you. You see it? It should be part of my pictures. Why
Yeah,
is
but
it
there's
nothing? You see it?
Yeah, I think I have to look for a shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird. It's kind of disappeared.
You see it?
Sorry, guys. But yeah, there is a shirt.
Yeah, just scroll up.
There it is.
Okay. I thought that was good residue. I'm like, oh my God, why would they put it on a shirt? You want to show it now?
Mm-hmm. Third star to the right, straight on till morning, it says.
Yep, there it is. I found that for you.
And hey, there's residue for Till. Look.
Yep.
Till
Good
with one
residue,
L.
huh, Brian?
Yeah.
Was it a good one?
Till now has 2 L's, by the way. That is a Mandela effect. Hang on, am I presenting? Yep. You guys see it?
Yes, we can see it, Brian.
Okay, good. So yeah, good residue, Teresa.
Thank you. I thought it was a good one. I'm like, oh my God, why would they put it on a t-shirt? Waste of time. All right. We got more to show from the group.
Speaking of numbers, I'm seeing people are talking about seeing constantly 222 or 1111. I typically find 909. That's the number that whenever I look at the clock, it's 909.
This is a good residue. Got a lot of people liking this one.
I see a lot of 11.
What this one is, Brian?
11 and 11 stuff. Yeah, Scott A. Smith says, "Look at this. Definitely some residue here." And I posted in the comments. I said, "Teresa, please share this."
And I
on
did.
Fridays, Saturday. So look at the F, guys. Let me zoom in so you can see that. That is good residue right there. Look at that.
Great residue.
No curly Q on the F there on the bar, the F bar.
That's what I remember.
Right, and it's still got that loopy top part and the bottom, just how a cursive F should be. And the O is cursive. The R is not cursive. It's like a regular R. And then it's cursive connected to the D, which is also cursive.
I like how you traced it, Brian.
Yeah, I did. I used to trace logos a lot.
Look at the comments. Look at the comments below. People love the residue. Look.
Yeah, that's the way I remember it. Yep. Best residue, Paul Kane. Yep, Paul said that.
And who else?
Amazing find.
What happened?
Okay. What?
Oh, you got out. Never mind.
Yeah, I gotta.
There was, I think, a few more links.
All right. So Eric Michael, one of the top contributors from the group, says, "You might have recently been having headaches lately. I'll explain because we have shifted timelines again, which got the side effects of the new 4th layer of brain. The age-old saying that says we only use 10% of our brain seems to have been proven true. Now the scientists have discovered an entirely new part of the brain, the human brain. Apparently there's now a new membrane that has been discovered by researchers at the University of Copenhagen and the University of Rochester. The new membrane is called subarachnoid. Lymphatic subarachnoid. It sounds like spiders, like we have a spider brain.
It does.
Only a few cell layers thick and helps protect the gray white matter in the brain.
Okay, so how have brain surgeons been operating on brains and not known this?
Yep.
It's just like the 2 fangs, which are also lymphatic, that are in the back of the throat. Like how? I don't understand.
Yeah, so is this where does the headache happen with this? Is it in the back of the head? I've been having pains.
blood pressure.
I've been having pains in the back of my head.
That's your blood pressure.
Whoa.
Oh no, that's not good.
It can also be neck. It can also be neck strain.
Well, I don't want to be R.I.P. like Jerry Springer. I don't want to be R.I.P. like Jerry Springer, guys.
Oh, speaking of Jerry Springer, I think that's one of the next ones coming up, Brian.
You want to read this one?
Wait. That migraine or whatever it was.
I'll read it. R.I.P. talk show legend Jerry Springer has passed away at the age of 79, April 27th, 2023. I wrote today, which was the other day. Springer hosted the smash hit syndicated talk show, The Jerry Springer Show, for 27 years. The first episode aired on September 30th, 1991, and got canceled on July 16, 2018, and had nearly 5,000 episodes. A family spokesperson says Jerry has been diagnosed with cancer a few months ago, and this week he took a turn for the worst. Springer got elected to Cincinnati City Council in 1971 and became the city's mayor in 1977. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Jerry's family and friends during this difficult time. I was shocked when I found that out. I only attached 2 pictures because a younger one of him and the way he looked pretty much before he died. So you got a young picture of him on the right and a current picture on the left. You can see he's aged. Yeah, and I watched a lot of his shows. So rest in peace, Jerry Springer.
Another person who passed away on February 21st.
February?
You know John Schneider? Yeah, February.
Oh, you mean wait.
No, John Schneider didn't die. He didn't die. Calm down.
Okay, good. You talking about, is it the same? You talking about the guy from Smallville, like the dad?
Yeah.
And he was also Dukes of Hazzard? Yeah. Dukes of Hazzard, yeah. Him?
Yeah. His wife passed away. No, his wife passed away.
His wife?
Yeah, he posted a video today or
yesterday. Oh, that's so sad. He loved her a lot.
Oh my gosh, it was heartbreaking. The video was heartbreaking.
He was very much in love with her. I've seen his Facebook videos. Him and his wife he treated her really good.
I like him. He's a good actor.
Very good actor.
Died a little bit ago.
I think he sings too, don't he? Sings. I think I've heard him sing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, guitar or something. Wow. Now this is a good one too, Brian. I wanted to share this one. Let me see what you guys remember.
Who shared this one?
Paula, I can't see it's blocked. You have to scroll down.
Palua, I can't pronounce
it. Paula, there you go. Palua. She posts from time to time. From time to time, I see her post. She does. Go ahead, Brian. You can read it.
I don't remember the eye makeup being black around the inside of his eyes. I just remember a black line above the eyes to below the eyes. Now all his photos show his eyes covered in black too. Definitely.
Wow.
Now who is
this? This is the from The Crow.
Yes.
Listen. Okay, here's the thing. The image on the top right looks right to me, but the other images look wrong.
Really?
So the one on the top right, that looks right to me, but all the other ones look wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
It's too dark.
What's some of the comments say?
Yeah, inside like the waterline, everywhere. Paula's here?
No, I'm saying Paula also commented in this chat. I mean, not in this chat, in this post. She gave her opinion. What did she say?
Photoshop it.
She tried to Photoshop it. She said it's a horrible Photoshop. I remember only lines. She was just trying to show people what she remembers.
Yep, she's right. Yeah. And what did they say underneath at the bottom, Brian? At the bottom of the comments, what's that say? Scott, what did he say?
Scott said, personally, I remember him just like that. When I was in high school, I tried to mimic this look. Thank God camera phones didn't exist back then. Yeah,
Yes.
very true. Very
Yes,
true.
thank you, Lord. I'm really thanking him that the internet was not around when we were in school.
Wow.
Thank you, God.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. I am honestly praying right now. That was hard. I feel so badly for children today.
Yeah, any moment they could be TikToked. Like they could be a victim of someone else's TikTok. I mean,
Yeah.
School is hard enough without the internet and social media. Specifically social media. We did have the internet when I was in
no,
college, but
what
social
gets
media.
gets me though. Every time you go somewhere, you have to create a new darn account. Why can't you create one account one time and just use it to sign in with everything?
Is Jeff
Just have
backstage yet, Brian?
Oh yeah, check
Hopefully
for
my
Jeff.
kids' and passwords work. I need your email address and your password to your email address. That's not how that works.
No.
But I have to have it. No. You have to create a new password.
Wait. There's someone in the chat. Jency, if you were wondering
Yeah.
where comments went, I accidentally hid you from the channel. It was an accident. I was hiding someone above you. It's
Aw.
fixed now because I can see you. You're okay. Hello. Your comments should be back on the channel now.
Poor
I
Jency.
can't believe, I know. It was an accident. It's the way YouTube sets it up.
Sandy,
The
Sandy,
dot.
are we ready to start tonight's show?
Yeah,
Yes.
but where's Jeff?
Mate? Is he backstage, Brian?
I've been looking for Jeff. Jeff's not here yet. We're waiting on
Uh-oh.
Jeff, guys.
No, we're not waiting
But
on. Well, we can get started.
We're waiting
though.
on him to get here. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can go ahead and move through.
We have a lot of folders to get through because there's
Oh,
3 from Curiouser's channel too.
Three from Curious?
Yeah, so
Curiouser's?
do Teresa's first, then go back to the 3 from Curiouser's channel, and then go back to where we started. So here, I'll send you the order, Brian. Okay, so that way you're not lost.
I've got it, Sandy. I think so. Anyway, so I'm starting from April 25th, right?
Okay.
McDonald's is the first one, right?
McDonald's?
Yeah, but I was gonna say skip the first 3, go to Sugar Bear and the shoes, and then go back to McDonald's.
Oh, why?
I miss
So
McDonald's.
Teresa's stuff can be done first.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. Teresa, you want to read yours?
Yes, thank you, Brian.
Yeah, I'm gonna go lay the Evie down in her bed.
Okay.
Be right back.
Okay.
Oh, and I have to lock Joey.
Oh,
What
come
the
on.
heck?
Sorry, it's Tom
Who's
calling. Why is Tom
No,
calling?
We're live, Tom. We can't be picking up the phone.
Yeah, Tom,
They do realize they're calling us too, right?
Yes. I think so.
We're like live.
Yeah.
I'm telling him on the chat.
Wait, where is
Somebody
Jeff?
text him and tell him we're live.
Wait, is
Oh, he
Jeff
said
in the
on
chat
the
and I can't see him?
He might have accidentally called.
Well, no, there's people saying hi to Jeff and I can't see him, and now I'm worried I may have.
I don't
hit
see
him
Jeff,
too.
Sandy. Not in Brian's chat.
Okay, good. All right.
Jeff, if you're there, click on the link, buddy. Noise Guru's here. Noise Guru says, "Is this tornado part 2?"
No, that would be on Curiouser's channel next show. We did the whole tornado over here last week.
All right, Teresa, you read this one. I gotta go. Evie, I gotta lay her down in her bed. Teresa, you read this one.
Teresa, I have to log out, so I can't talk for a couple minutes.
Okay, I'll read. Credit Teresa Lynch. Most of us in the United States have seen or heard of the cereal mascot Sugar Bear.
Yeah, he left without a question on the screen, so.
Okay.
I guess Esther, Teresa, interact with the chat, please.
Okay. Let's see who's there.
Oh
Give a
yes.
shout
no,
out
he
to the
didn't.
new people.
Noise
Hi, Noise
Guru.
Guru.
Oh, Deborah O'Connor said she used to love Sugar Bear when she was a kid. Oh, Jeff is
Okay, there we
everywhere.
go.
He just called me and shut up at my front door and side door.
Okay. So moving on to the next one.
Okay. The cereal is called Golden Crisp now, but before the world went anti-sugar, the cereal was called Sugar Crisp, which is why the mascot got the name Sugar Bear.
And sometimes it's Super Sugar Crisp. That's why I use the
Yes.
Super Sugar Crisp box.
Yes. Yes or no? Do you remember any mascots for Sugar Crisp prior to Sugar Bear?
So stay here, Brian.
See what the chat says.
You have to look at the chat, guys. I'm sorry. 3 more minutes before I can come back to the chat.
Welcome, Unimatrix 001.
Hi, Unimatrix.
No.
Good to see
No.
you.
Chris. No.
High Pocket said no. Mandanable said no sugar pops or sugar smacks. General Source said no. Final Fire says no, can't recall. Gen C said no, never.
Like that you call me Sugar Bear, I'll call you Honey Pops.
Hey, Brian.
Oh
Tell
my
Brian
gosh.
he should have Tom go to the StreamYard.
I'm turning down my notifications.
That is hurting so much, and it's coming from all directions.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's exactly why I have to turn off Messenger while we're live, so we don't get all those.
Brian,
beeps
did
and
you
boops.
send a StreamYard to Tom?
I turned my
I sent
phone
it to
off.
everybody that's in there.
Oh, well, do you think maybe Tom wants to join?
I asked him if he wants to join, he could jump in.
All right.
I invited him. Yeah, Tom, if you're there, if you can hear us, you can join in if you'd like.
Or Rena.
He
Haven't
might have
seen her
accidentally
forever.
called us. It might have been an oopsie.
All right.
Yeah, and
Handy, Dandy, or Candy. I have no memory of them, but they were the mascots before I was born. That would be Sandy. But me, as a kid back then, though, she had no memory of these 3 mascots either. I don't remember these mascots. Supposedly there were 3 of them: Handy, Dandy, and Candy. Sandy almost rhymes with your name.
Well,
It does rhyme.
no,
Yeah.
Dandy looks a bit cross-eyed there. I'm not trying to pick straws here, but Dandy looks a bit cross-eyed. All right.
Oh, he's a little dandy. Yeah, I don't know. But then again, I wasn't around in this.
Poor Dandy.
Hi, Splatter.
Bless Dandy's heart. Go ahead.
Well,
And
Okay,
these
so
are
we're just looking at
pictures
the-
of the mascots, which I don't remember. There's 3 of them. That's what the red is, to show you.
You know what they kind of remind me of?
What?
The 3 guys from Rice Krispies.
yes,
Except
just
they're
bears.
bears.
Except they're bears, yeah.
Yep, except they're bears.
They all look like
Mickey
they've had
Holter
way
says,
too
I
much
don't
sugar.
remember them.
The Ralph and
Uh-uh.
Francis.
The weirdest part is they imply that Sugar Bear was one of the 3 little bears, but none were named Sugar, so it's not clear which bear became Sugar Bear, which makes sense. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It is weird.
Survival of the fittest.
And there's Sugar Bear.
Mandanimal says,
Well,
I'm
definitely-
64 years old and I've never saw them.
Wow, I don't either.
Maybe could it be Candy Bear? Because it couldn't be Dandy, right?
Candy.
Well, you don't know
yeah,
which one it is, Brian. That became Sugar Bear.
It might
Maybe
be
it's a combination of all 3 of them. Also, just an interesting bit of info. These mascots were one of the first to advertise with with stop motion animation interacting with human actors, which looks a little creepy in my opinion. Yeah, that is strange looking.
Honey, what is it? Honey Smacks?
One of the first stop motion
I'm
commercials
thinking Honey Smacks.
with people. Isn't that
Sarah
weird?
was asking which cereal had the frog, and it wasn't a Honey Smacks, I think. Yeah, well, maybe Sugar Bear is the son of those three bears.
Maybe.
Could be. That's a good thought, Esther.
Okay, this is a
Brian
bit of a
backstage?
rewind.
Anybody back there?
Yeah,
Oh, hi, Jeff.
yeah, Jeff's here.
Hey guys.
There you are, Jeff. Welcome.
Hey Teresa.
Hey.
Okay.
Rewind. Teresa Lynch and Sandy. A few years ago, Teresa found a strange device that we never heard of. Still freaks me out, Sandy, this. The device Teresa found that neither of us have had heard of was a fluoroscope. It was a machine in shoe stores that took an x-ray of your feet for best sizing. You think I'd remember this, I don't.
Look at the toes, Teresa. Look at the ends of the toes.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, they're shaped weird. Remember?
Yeah.
The bones that I found?
Yeah.
That is weird.
It was banned due to fear of overexposure to unnecessary radiation, but most agreed this device was not a part of our old reality.
I've never heard of that. I mean,
Strange.
Yeah, we covered this a couple years ago.
I don't remember.
I know you don't.
But apparently that wasn't the only device. And Sandy recently found another one shown alongside the fluoroscope that no one I've asked have heard of.
General Sorrow heard of it.
There is so little on this machine that I haven't even found its official name. It's essentially a scale that determined your ankle roll and how much of your body weight was distributed inside a shoe to determine proper sizing. Has anyone ever heard of these? That is so weird.
And I'm just calling it the weight distribution machine. I've tried searching all different things, and I cannot find any information on this.
That would be like nowadays they have that Dr. Scholl's thing for a little bit. They had one at at a local Walmart.
Yeah, the digital ones, yes.
Yeah, and then they told me, you don't have high arches. So I'm like, well, I go to the doctors and they're like, you have high arches. Why are you telling me I don't have high arches? They're like, you're a horrible machine.
Noise Guru said, can you put your cat in it to see what they ate?
You probably could. It's still an x-ray.
You probably did have a foot fetish. You're obsessed with feet.
Brian, you go next slide?
Go ahead, Brian.
Maybe he has heard of the foot stuff. That's interesting.
Is Brian here?
Well, we should have heard of we covered the x-ray one before. We never covered this one.
I don't remember covering it.
It just sounds weird to me, x-ray your feet. But then again, they did a lot of stuff back then without any regards to human, like putting lead and radiation stuff and stuff they shouldn't have been. Lead and
but the x-ray machine and this machine that she's standing on was in use until like 1972 or something.
About 11 years before I was born, so
it's only 2 years before I was born.
Yeah.
You would think some
Yeah, so
relics
for me,
would
I
be
mean,
hanging around,
I
you
said
know?
yeah.
This is the only. Oh, we already said that. Never mind.
No, this is a new slide. This is a new slide, Teresa.
This is the only image and information I could find, again, alongside the fluoroscope. So if anyone knows what the device is called, please let me know.
Hi, Hannity.
What is the Mandela effect here?
The machine on the left. We've already covered the machine on the right a couple years ago.
Yes.
The machine on the left, there's almost no information on it online. It's essentially a scale that you step on, and it determines your ankle roll and weight distribution in a shoe.
Yes.
Is that like tech before its time?
I guess. I don't know of any machines that are measuring my ankle roll. I don't even know what that is.
Interesting how they thought that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess like when you put pressure, because there's some people who walk like towards their ankle, like with their feet, and their ankles roll
like their
into
ankles. I got
the
you.
ground when they walk. I have a coworker. Yeah, I literally just was watching a coworker the other day. I looked down at her feet and I was like, "Oh, you got ankle roll. You got to stop. Like, go get yourself some shoes that."
Hey guys, I saw Jeff pop in here. Where did he go?
It's just like,
Yeah. He disappeared.
You lost Jeff.
He might have got kicked out. Maybe
We lost Jeff. Jeff, can you try to jump in again?
Wow.
All right.
All right, this is the last one. It's
All right.
me and Teresa. Go ahead, Teresa.
Okay. I have another compilation of changes from the 1960s to the 1980s that I need to ask you about. All of these changes came from one video that both Teresa and I watched just hours apart. It's crazy. I didn't even know Sandy was watching this. And I was watching it after. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Credit Teresa Lynch. The first is a dry shampoo from the 1960s. Do you remember dry shampoo being available back then? Teresa doesn't, and she doesn't remember the unfortunate
Explain
name
to me
either.
what is dry shampoo, guys?
It's called
I
mini
have no clue.
poo. A mini poo.
Dry shampoo is either a powder, a texturizing powder, or a spray of powder.
Yeah.
That literally absorbs oil and makes the hair appear fresher.
Oh, so it's like a Febreze for your hair?
We're laughing at the
No,
name of it,
absorbs
Brian.
oil too.
Yeah, it's like if you get up in the morning and you don't have time to take a shower, but your hair is just a little bit greasy, you just spray it, and then it's awesome.
Sandy, what were you saying?
A dry shampoo in my life.
I said it absorbs oil and dirt and leaves a fresh scent to the hair. Yeah,
that's neat.
That's pretty cool.
Have you ever used a dry shampoo, Sandy?
Oh, I've used dry shampoo before, but I don't remember it being around in the 80s, let alone the 60s and the 50s.
Yeah.
That's I didn't even hear about dry shampoo like that was a thing until like maybe not even 10 years ago.
Same.
I think it was maybe about 10 years ago, because after having a bunch of kids, then I just started seeing commercials on the TV about dry shampoo. I'm like, oh, that's a thing. Oh, I could get like that. So like to help out with the days where because you got multiple kids, you can't always take a shower when you'd like, but I don't want to go out of the house looking horrible. So it's like, I use it occasionally. It does. I do like it. So I haven't bought any in forever, but
I would say like in the last 15 to 20 years for me, like since the 2000s, but definitely not the 90s or the 80s, and definitely not the 70s, 60s, and 50s. Absolutely not.
The second one, Teresa and I both found from Dave's archives, another tech before its time. In what decade do you remember bone connecting audio products being sold to consumers?
So stay here, Brian. Chat, in what decade do you remember bone conducting audio products being sold to consumers.
Can you be more specific about what they are?
Yes. They are products like speakers, headphones, things like that, that don't have a speaker for sound. They vibrate your bones, which makes you be able to hear the music.
Yep.
That's what they do with the people who like have a hard time hearing and stuff,
Yes.
like those things. But
Uh-huh.
I didn't think that was available for like just normal like people. I think I recently had heard about that, but that was only like talking about newly developed tech.
Yeah. Tech before its time.
Now.
Splatter says 2000s, and that's what I would say.
Yeah, backwards glass, yeah.
What do you think, Brian?
All right. I don't know. I'm thinking the 1980s.
Look at Coachella.
Actually, I'm actually being funny here. I remember recently hearing about it. I saw it being advertised. So 2000s for me.
Okay.
I sent Francine a link and it didn't go through. I'm sending it to her again.
What about you guys? What do you remember?
Like 2000, like almost 20.
I agree. 2000.
What's Brian's chat
And
saying? I can't
Gadget
see.
says 2012.
A lot of people are saying the 2000s, probably the 80s, 2010.
Isn't that
Gen C
crazy?
says 90s, 2000s.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, sorry
What's
about
that?
that. I couldn't hear, so I had to leave and come back.
Yeah, we're having internet problems.
Yeah, I've already been kicked out a couple times, right, Brian?
Yeah.
Ted's
Yeah, we're on the internet.
Tech
Over here,
Son
we're on the
says
internet
their
300.
first pair.
Wait, Teresa. Teresa, wait.
Huh? Huh?
They couldn't hear you. Brian was talking.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. We're on the internet 300 here at this place. We're gonna upgrade it. Go ahead.
Texan says their first pair was sold in 1994. No way. Look at that.
No way.
In 1994, the customers got their first bone conduction. Okay, that is bizarre. No way.
Not
no
as
way,
bizarre
no.
as the next slide.
But this device was sold in the 1980s. It was a Walkman that hung around your neck, no speakers or headphones, just bone vibrations for sound. Does anyone remember these?
The bone phone? Anyone? Does
Bone
anyone
phone.
remember the bone phone?
Bone.
No.
Funny.
Wait a second, but they didn't even have Bluetooth back then.
Yeah,
it didn't
correct,
work,
Brian.
Brian. It didn't go in your ears. It hung around your neck like a scarf.
Yeah, no, but how did it conduct the?
It vibrates your bones, Brian.
I know. So you're telling me this thing was like a full stereo, like you switch
Yes,
on
like-
AM, FM, and it would just work on your sleeve.
Yes, you
Yep.
would hear the sound in your head, not your ears.
That's weird.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see what you're
I'm
saying. Yeah, it's got the radio built into it.
Yeah.
I don't remember this device at all.
I've never heard of the bone phone.
Me either.
Yeah.
And you would have seen this possibly at Goodwill or something.
Shinsi said never heard of it.
Mhm.
It didn't exist. Min Animal says voices in your head.
Oh,
Yeah, that's weird.
I know this one. This one's Stridex.
Yeah, now
Yep.
here's the thing, it's a question though. So then I noticed a change to an acne treatment product I used through college, Stridex. Dash or no dash? Please write it how you remember it spelled. So in the chat.
No dash for me.
Oh, I don't know.
No dash for me either.
Teresa? You're not sure, are you? Or no, you saw it.
Not sure. I'm on the fence of this one. Sorry.
It's okay. So in the chat, well, actually, Jeff, can you read the chat? Because you can see
Both.
both chats. Or Esther, one of you, please. Because I can only see my
No
chat.
dash. They're spelling it different ways, either STRI or STRY. No
Okay.
dash, no dash. Stridex, no dash. Stridex with a dash. No D. Or splatter.
No, but what I'm looking at online are pictures of the logo. I guess it's as
We're
of,
going to get to that, Brian. Stop looking online.
okay. Sorry, but yeah,
All right.
I didn't look before I answered. Okay, I answered and then I looked, so I did it the right
Yep.
way,
We're going to get to that.
the right order.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know this part.
All right, we can go on. Oh, Teresa, you can keep reading if you want to read. Or not,
Teresa?
Teresa?
Teresa, you're on mute.
Maybe she walked away? All
You
right.
can scream all
Teresa,
you
you're
want,
on
but
mute.
we can't hear you.
There was
Teresa,
never
come off mute.
I'll read while she's gone. There was never a dash, dot, or anything in my past. It was just one word. Like it is now, because, of course, the company has since fixed it. Do you remember this dash here? Now, just wait, guys, because it gets
No.
worse. It's not just a dash.
Yeah, that definitely was not there.
And I have clear
No.
pictures where I didn't highlight it so you could see it better. It's all merged.
Not
too.
to mention, did you mention that? Yeah, the T and the R are merged, and the E and the X.
Yeah, I know. If you saw, I highlighted it on the previous slide. All the merging.
Yeah.
I'm back, guys. Sorry.
It's okay.
You go ahead, Sandy. This one's yours.
Okay.
No way.
I used to carry those face wipes in my backpack to school. And anytime I went somewhere like the shore, when we went on a class trip to Disney, because they were like little, like individual wipes sealed. I used them for years. I don't remember that dash at all. And the E is broken now in face wipes. Now here it's a dot, the bottom left. Brian, can you zoom in on the bottom left?
Yeah.
So in the 90s, they switched to a dot, like a negative space dot. Don't remember that either. It was just Stridex.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's the new logo the way it is now.
Yeah, the
So
way
it looks like they tried to hide. Yeah, they hide it now.
Still merged though.
That was a good find. I never thought to look up Stridex. That must be a new change.
It was a commercial. See, I use this because it was salicylic acid. Benzoyl peroxide can age your skin faster. So, at least that's what my doctor told me.
I'm looking at the dates of when it changed on. Were you able to find it on Logopedia?
No, it wasn't on Logopedia. I just did 80s and 90s and 2000s. And that's, so 80s and prior to 80s was a dash. The 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, it switched to a dot. And then recently, in the 2010s, they got rid of the dash and the dot.
Okay, so they hid it somehow.
Maybe it was a Y, Rudy. You're not alone. Ralph also remembered a Y. Could have been definitely could have been a Y in your reality. I just didn't look it up because it was an I for me. All right.
Macho Man Cologne? What?
Yeah. Finally, just to make you giggle, does anyone remember Macho Man cologne? They had cologne oil, aftershave, or should I say? Next slide, Brian.
No, I only remember him saying "snap into a Slim Jim."
It came with a necklace, which the guy is wearing in the picture. I'm actually. It's the bottle. Do you remember the subtly obscene bottle? Not in my reality. Can you go back to the previous slide for a minute?
But what does that look like? I don't know. Looks like
So-
something. I don't know what it looks like.
If you look around his neck, that's the arrow that's on the bottle pointing up.
Oh,
It's a pyramid. It's like the Washington Monument. You're welcome, Rudy.
hey, they say good things come in small packages. Okay.
That's a gigantic package. Did you notice on the ad? Did you notice on the ad they took the cap away because they probably couldn't show it in the magazine?
Oh man, it is bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. I don't remember that at all. All right, now you're going back to the 25th, Brian. And Teresa, you are free to go.
Oh, Teresa.
Yeah, I'm here.
We're doing McDonald's now. You're free to go if you want.
Okay. Oh, what?
We're doing McDonald's now.
Oh, am I doing that or you?
No. I'm saying you're done yours unless you want to see what the McDonald's one is.
Yeah, I'll do McDonald's and then I'll go. All right.
Okay, you do McDonald's.
Okay. Disclaimer. These may only have to do with the United States. So if you are if you're out of the US, these may not apply to you. I need to ask you about McDonald's again. I can't say these are all MEs for sure, but I should have a memory of most of these, but I do not. Yes or no? Have you ever heard of the McPack? What?
Hey, I get a McPack every time I come back from the gym.
What is the McPack?
We'll find out in a minute. We're asking the chat. Yes or no in the chat, everyone. Have you ever heard of the McPack?
I
You like
seen
that
of the
one, Jeff?
Mandela effect.
Yeah.
I don't remember his gloves being yellow. To me, they were white.
Yes, maybe it's Mandela to cover that.
They were white, yeah.
Yeah, they're yellow now. Look at them; they look weird.
Wait,
And did
what
he
is
have
yellow?
stripes on his socks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember
Alright.
stripes.
But definitely he had white gloves, not yellow. Those look so weird.
Yeah. All right, so I'm seeing all no's in the chat. Does anyone remember
I
the
don't. I
McPack
used
in
to see them.
Brian's chat?
It's weird.
I'm still trying to figure out what the McPack is. Is it like a backpack? I don't
No,
know.
you're going to find out, Brian.
We're
Just
gonna
wait.
find out.
I can't see your chat, so I don't know if anyone said yes in your chat.
And do you call it the MacPack or the McPack? I don't know.
It was the McPack. I had the commercial coming up.
Okay. I think the MacPack would have sounded better, just to be honest with you.
Brian, you're just being biased because of your last name.
Yeah, maybe a little.
Yeah, you're being a little biased.
All right, Brian,
right.
you can go on.
Go ahead. Next slide.
That was the McDLT noise guru.
Why do you like
It was a limited edition DiVa spray released in 1995.
Can you pause it? Let Teresa's reading. Teresa.
The
read.
McPack includes a medium soda, quarter pounder with cheese, which could be substituted to a Reddit post.
According to a Reddit post, I forgot the word.
An extra large order of fries. I never heard of this.
So
Go ahead, Brian,
again,
if you want
the
to play
part
it.
you guys missed was it was released in 1985, so I definitely should have heard of this.
Yeah, no.
Go ahead, Brian. Play the commercial.
Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
All right, it's blowing my eardrums out. Let me just pull my earbuds out while I play it.
Okay.
Why do you like McDonald's new McPack? Can't beat a great meal for two.
It's loud.
Beat a great meal for $2.55.
The box is so cute!
Extra large fries makes it a win. The new McPack comes with a medium-sized Coca-Cola, a quarter pounder with cheese, and an extra large order of fries. All for just $2.55, and all in the very convenient McPack. But hurry, this deal's so good, it's only available for a limited time. And why do you like McPack? Because it handles so well at the drive-thru.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I had to pull my
That
earbuds
looks
out of
so
my ears. for that
delicious,
one.
guys. But I can't have it.
It really does look very good, but
I don't eat
I'm gonna get a
McDonald's.
T-shirt that says. I'm gonna get a T-shirt that says McPack on it.
I can't because of my new gluten allergy. I'm screwed with that one.
Yeah.
Michael
I
Jackson.
don't do McDonald's anyway.
Teresa, wait till he's done because it plays. Hold
Go
on.
ahead, Brian. Play it then. I'll read it after.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Now at McDonald's, McPack combo meals for $2.29 a quarter pounder. Quarter pounder with cheese or a Big Mac sandwich plus large fries and a medium Coke.
Begin final equipment check. Roger, Tower. We're ready for takeoff. Air Jordan 23, Roger. Clear.
So this one said a Big Mac, quarter pounder with cheese.
Fuel.
Okay. You there?
This one gave you 3 options. So the Reddit post
Ground
was
control
right.
to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. All
You
right.
see how
All right. I
they-
hear you guys.
Listen, do you see how the MC is small? I don't know. I don't remember McDonald's writing it like that. I don't know. It's just weird. Like the C
Was
would
it
be
really-
down,
was
not
it-
up in the air. It would be on the ground, not up in the air. You know what I'm saying?
So you telling me you could have gotten a Big Mac, a drink, and a fry for that
For
for
$2.29.
$2.55?
And Michael Jordan advertised McPack, and I've never heard of this. Anyway, Teresa, go on and read, huh?
Michael Jordan starred in a commercial, as you guys just listened to, promoting the McPack, but it didn't show the tray. Does anyone remember this? No, I don't.
I don't remember it, but here's the thing. If it was $2.55 in today's world,
29.
I would buy like 100 of those suckers and just like put them in the freezer for a
Wait,
while and
Brian.
just. Yeah, I know that. Maybe it's a good thing they're not $2.55 anymore.
Oh my God,
Are Jeff
inflation.
and Esther still here?
I
Yeah.
don't know. I can't see.
Yep.
Jeff? Okay.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, I can't see, but he keeps kicking people out. That's why I was worried. Okay, go ahead, Teresa.
I'm not kicking
Are the
anyone out.
boxes I remember replacing the styrofoam packaging McD's used to use? Most of you remember these, right?
So do you guys remember these die-cut boxes that replaced the styrofoam?
No.
I do.
No.
You don't remember these?
No, all I remember is those brown colored boxes that they have now. That's all I remember.
Me too.
Oh, we had these first, but okay. That's not the point. We're gonna go on.
What I don't
I like those
remember
square
are
boxes
these-
that they had.
I have never seen this stuff before. Go ahead, Teresa. You gotta read the top first.
What I don't remember are these giant cube-like boxes which were used between the styrofoam and the cardboard boxes. I do remember, or the cardboard sleeves. Do you remember these?
Do you guys remember cardboard sleeves on sandwiches at McDonald's? Because I don't at all.
So weird.
I remember the boxes. I just don't remember the sleeves.
I don't
I don't remember
those
the
boxes
sleeves,
at all.
but I remember the boxes.
You remember
Oh,
those
the
big
big
square
box.
boxes? That's so weird. I have no memory.
Kinda,
Yeah,
a little
No,
bit,
I don't
not
remember
much.
those.
I remember with the Big Macs. Yeah, we would have boxes.
Yeah, the Big Mac. She's right. The Big Macs had them.
I'm not saying they didn't have boxes. It's these specific boxes I don't remember.
I don't
Yeah.
remember those specifically, no.
They look different than the ones I remember, but I don't. When I was like young, when we first started going, when these were probably around, we weren't buying these. We were just buying like a regular cheeseburger.
Yeah. Let's not forget too that we talked about this before on the channel about McDonald's and the pizza. You remember they had McPizza?
Yeah, and I'm not
Whatever that
affected
was.
by that one.
You remember the pizza?
It was a test product.
No.
It was a test product, and when I had a 12-hour layover in Minneapolis, St. Paul on the way to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We went to McDonald's in the airport, and they had the pizza. I didn't buy it. They had it. And they told me it was a test product, so I'm not affected by that one.
Okay. It is weird.
Yeah.
There's also crazy merging, overlapping in these logos on the packaging. Which is also on the styrofoam boxes. I don't remember this. Do you? I do remember the styrofoam. 100%.
No, the overlapping, Teresa, the Q and the P.
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, that wasn't overlapping like that. It was space in between.
Right. That's what I remember, the space in between. I do not remember.
There's also a double Big Mac that I don't remember them selling, but I could have just missed this promotion. What do you remember? Oh, what do you think? Are these changes new for you too?
They're all new.
I remember the double Big Mac because I kept saying, "Oh my God, that's way too much to eat." I remember that one.
You know, burger. A lot of these places.
I wanted you to stay on that slide for a second.
Oh well, hold on. I'll get back to it.
It was just about the Mick again.
You know,
I wanted to ask the chat if they remember the C on the top or the bottom, because I just saw it with the Mick pack, and it's also on that box. So, chat, what do you remember with Mick, McDonald's, McPack? Doesn't matter that you don't know McPack. You know McDonald's. Do you remember the little C up in the air, or do you remember it down at the bottom? I don't remember it up in the air like that. That looks so weird to me.
Yeah, you talking about in the logo now?
Look, no, the double Big Mac. Do you see it? McDonald's above it. The C is up in the air, like a cent sign.
She's talking about where it says McDonald's. The C is like up high, Brian. See it? The logo.
Yeah, I mean it looks weird.
I don't
It should be
remember
down
that.
low.
Yeah.
Down
It
low
should have
are
been
all
down.
the same size. I don't remember it little like that. It's
I
weird.
agree.
All right, that's all, Brian. You can go to the next presentation. Who wants to read?
Teresa, you want to jump off then?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for coming on tonight.
And
with
reading
us.
so
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry at the end. I was getting tired. I couldn't start speaking English correctly. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You have a good night, Teresa.
Good night, everyone.
Have a good night,
and
Teresa.
also,
Good night, Teresa.
good night, everybody, and everyone in the chat. Thank you for coming to the show. Thank you.
All right, good night.
Good night.
Night now.
Good night, everyone.
Okay. This is a short one. Anybody want to read it?
I'll read it.
Okay, Jeff, you go.
I swear I covered this before, but I can't find a folder, so I'm asking again. A quick question about one of the first diet sodas on the market. Approximately what year or decade do you remember Tab being discontinued?
So if you've already seen this on Curiouser's channel, just answer what you originally answered. What
I
year
would
or
have to say
decade?
1998.
Okay.
94
I'm just
popped in
guessing.
my head for the year, but I'm not sure actually.
I do remember him. I remember Marty from Back to the Future asking for a Tab in one of the stores. It was either Back to the Future 1 or Back to the Future 2. Remember when he asked the restaurant attendant?
Yes, that was in number 1.
I don't remember. I would say like mid 90s because like we didn't realize the sugars were that horrible.
Oh, it's Back to the Future 2, Jency said. Okay, mid 90s for Esther. What about you, Jeff?
I remembered early 90s.
I heard 94 in my head, and I was like, that sounds about right. Like 94, 95.
Yeah.
About right.
Sounds about right, too. Yeah.
What year did Back to the Future 2 come out?
Oh, when did that come out?
Which one?
Back to the Future 2.
I think it was 1989 or 87, somewhere in there.
89.
Yeah, it was in Back to the Future.
Or 90.
Back to the Future 1 is when Marty asked for a tab. Yeah.
That's what I said. I thought he asked for a tab inside the soda shop with the video game that no one remembers.
It was Lou's Cafe. It was in Lou's Cafe, 1955.
Okay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, because Lou, the cafe owner,
Back to the Future came out.
Yeah, Lou, the cafe owner, doesn't understand the request from Marty because tab wasn't introduced until 1963.
Okay, we can go on, Brian.
Are you sure that wasn't the first one?
Introduced in 1963, I remember tab being discontinued in the 1990s.
I'm with most of
But
you. Yeah.
you notice the weird logo. Look at the logo, how the A and the B is broken.
Yes, we've talked about this logo multiple times. It keeps changing.
But it was discontinued in 2020. No. This is absolutely a change in my history. Do you remember it being available through 2020? Absolutely not. No way.
2020, everyone.
No, I don't remember that.
I'm going to have pictures of it, though, to show you.
What happened to the company, you know?
What happened to what?
You know why they stopped? Like, what happened to the company?
Well, I think it's owned by Coke.
You know,
I think it's owned by Coke or it's owned by Coke or Pepsi. I think it was the only one that had no, it was saccharin originally, but they got rid of saccharin and replaced it with something. But here's some pictures from the 2020.
They went out because they found out that saccharin was so bad for you, and they thought that's when they got rid of tab. They're like, oh well, the sweetener we're using is so bad.
That is what I remember. I remember saccharin causing cancer, and it was taken off the market. That is what I remember.
And that's
well, tab was owned by Coca-Cola.
That's it. I knew it was one of them.
It was disconnected. It was discontinued because they wanted to streamline their beverage portfolio and focus more on popular, profitable brands. That's what happened. So their declining sales and the success of other diet sodas, such as Diet Coke and Coke Zero, Coca-Cola Zero is what I remember.
No, I remember Coke Zero. It's Coca-Cola Zero now.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's Coca-Cola Zero now. Contributed to the decision to discontinue the brand. And ChatGPT, interestingly, remembers Coke Zero also.
Interesting. But the point is, this was definitely discontinued for 2020 in my past. 1,000%. Which means this confirms that 2020 was a new timeline for me. All of that should not have happened. None of it. We shifted.
All right, I guess I'll cover this one. This one's about weather, so that's right up my alley.
Okay. And then Esther, you want to do the next one, and I'll do the last one?
Yeah, I could do
that. Okay. So in 2020, this is another 2020 thing here. Sandy covered changes to lightning. More specifically, it can glow any color of the rainbow now, and it can strike in a circle or in a closed loop. Neither was possible in Sandy's past, and now there are many new changes. So, guys, there are 3 types of lightning, and Sandy's never heard or seen before, and I'm curious if they are new for you. So I'm going to start with the beautiful one. Have you guys ever heard of bead lightning? Bead lightning?
Yep. Bead lightning. Isn't that image on the screen
I don't know,
pretty?
but
That was made by AI art. Isn't it pretty?
Yeah.
that is really pretty.
I
Wait, which AI did you use? Was that Dolly or what'd you use?
no, I only use
Lightning McQueen.
I only use Wombo, but someone needs to invent
I'm
seeds
thinking.
like that for Christmas trees that light up like that. That's so pretty.
Yes, that would be awesome. You know, the thing that came to my mind was Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief for some reason.
I don't know that
So,
one.
according to Farmer's Almanac, you never heard of Percy Jackson, the Lightning Thief?
No.
Me either.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie. It was good. Anyway, according to Farmer's Almanac, this occurs when lightning channeled close to the ground encounters some atmospheric obstacle, and then it breaks up into glowing segments that look like beads. The beads seem to persist longer than a normal lightning flash, usually for a half a second or so. But it can also occur after a regular lightning strike as the bolt is decaying. Have you ever seen this before?
Wow.
And
I slowed it down so you guys can see it better.
That would be scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is scary.
Driving along.
I mean, they say you're pretty safe. Yeah, I mean, I've had my car struck before. Have you guys?
No.
You never had your
No, I
car
haven't.
struck before. They say you're safe in your vehicle because the tires are grounded
Yeah, but if the windows open,
and they're
you're
rubber.
not.
Only
Yeah.
unless you're not touching anything that's not metal.
And your windows
If you're
are
touching
closed.
the outside of like, yeah, you don't want to be touching anything metal or like, you know, like if you're touching the outside of the car or something like that or anything like.
You definitely don't want to be standing under a tree
It's not
either.
just the tires that keep you safe.
You don't want to be standing around trees.
No, there's actually go back,
apparently
Brian.
that's a thing too. They're like, don't stand under a tree.
Go back, Brian. General Sorrow said, if there isn't one called ball lightning, then I know it as ball lightning. And go back, Brian. I didn't read the book. There's a book called Ball Lightning and Bead Lightning.
Yeah, the book Ball Lightning and Bead Lightning. It's the extreme forms of atmospheric electricity by James Dale Barry.
They're definitely different.
These awesome pictures. That's weird. Look at the top right one. Look how the lightning is striking in like a cross type pattern there.
So the bead lightning is
Kids
the
don't
green
like
one.
power outlets. Oh no, kids love power outlets.
How many of you guys
My daughter about 3 years ago was electrocuted.
Ball lightning is, by the way, there's a video now, but it's like a scientific video. It's not actual photographic video. But now there's like, they've proven ball lightning. That's why I didn't show it. Because there's never been like photographic evidence of ball lightning, and now there is. But ball lightning literally looks like a ball glowing and moving around erratically. But it's lightning.
Yeah, it could actually pass through walls, I heard. It could actually
Walls,
go through walls.
windows, yep.
So the second type is misleading in its name and has been added to charts of other phenomenon. we have already covered, like blue jets, sprites, and ghosts. Have you ever heard of black lightning? Is there such thing?
In the chat, have you ever heard of black lightning? Yes or no? And just answer what you answered before if you've seen this.
Yes,
Black,
similar
okay,
to blue jets.
there's other names. So, all right, you're going to go on without them answering, I guess.
It's okay. So similar to blue jets, black lightning forms above the cloud. Kind of looks like spotlights, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what
Like
it is. It's like it's
like
a plasma
gala
burst.
event.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah. So the above the cloud ground lightning bolt, it is more accurately described as a burst of gamma rays, meaning it's radioactive and it's not black. It's actually invisible. Wow.
So these are invisible radioactive gamma rays that shoot up above a lightning bolt, right where airplanes fly.
Yeah, other names include dark lightning and terrestrial gamma ray flash. They concern meteorologists and scientists because they hit airplanes, affecting all electronics on board. And the worst part is they don't know how or why they happen.
Now they know how they happen. They don't understand why this lightning bolt has a gamma ray flash and that lightning bolt doesn't. It's random which ones have this.
But so far, everybody's saying no. Like, nope. Never heard of black lightning before. I didn't know that was a thing.
I think of the Incredible Hulk every time you say gamma radiation.
Yeah, so Ralph was saying, like, with the weather modification, yeah, probably why we're getting all these weird weather things.
Yeah, the last new type for me is ribbon lightning. Giant bolts of lightning made up of smaller bolts, all following the same exact path, making it look like it's a single lightning bolt. Have you ever heard of these before? Look at that. These images are real. It was taken at one of the lightning research laboratories in the United States, but when photographed in the sky, they look less obvious.
Not ever seen any of those, ever.
Sometimes they look obvious and sometimes they look less obvious. Depends on how far away the lightning bolt is.
Holy crap.
Yeah, scary.
That's
I think
weird.
I may want to get off this ride.
Jane, stop this crazy thing.
Stop already. Stop changing stuff. Lightning in a jar.
That was a reference. I don't know if you guys caught that. That was a reference to the Jetsons. I think it's the intro.
The image on the right.
Are there any?
About Jetsons. Okay. The other day I was watching a shorts about Jetsons and the age and how old everybody was. Kind of interesting. You're talking about that.
You talking about the actors?
No, like the characters themselves. About how Wilma was 16 or 17 when she had her first child, and her husband is 7 years older than her. I think 6 or 7 years older than her.
23 and 16.
You talking about?
Yeah, he was 24 and she was either 16 or 17.
Well, it's cartoons, thank goodness. But
she's 36 and her daughter's 17, I think it is, or 16 or whatever, 16 or 17. So they're like, do the math. Like, she was underage.
Yeah. So the image on the right, you can see looks like a normal lightning bolt from far away, but up close, when it's zoomed in, it's actually the beam lightning.
Yeah, but it doesn't really look like a normal lightning bolt, even at 2 times.
No, I mean, it's a single, like the actual bolt. Like, there's a little break, but still.
It looks weird, though.
So are any of these new for you? They're all new for me.
Yeah, they're definitely new for me.
Which is surprising considering how much new weather we've covered over the years. Yeah, they're all new for me. All right, who would like to read the next one? Who's reading the next one?
There's only 2 more, so I said Esther can read the next, and I'll read the last one.
I should read one more.
Okay.
There's only 2 more left, Jeff. Teresa read the whole show.
I'll read one.
I didn't read any. That's why I said Esther's going to read one and then I'm going to read the last.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said. Teresa read the whole time you were gone. She read four of them.
That's surprising.
Yeah, that's why.
Wow, good for
If
her.
she wants to be
Good for
involved, I'm going to let her do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So revisiting the Jiffy logo. I know many of you remember Jiffy peanut butter. I'm not affected by this one, but I'm affected by the logo change. I decided to create the logo. I remember that has never existed, and I made 2 variations for those who remember Jiffy.
And I'm talking more about the logo at the end, but I want to talk about the logo first.
This logo is what I remember growing up in the late 70s, mid 80s. It's the font from the 1960s with the layout and design of the current logo bars. Does anyone remember this like I do?
Does anybody remember the older font with the current design? This is how I remember it growing up in the 80s. And then in the 90s, it got the weird logo that it is now. For me, at least.
Unfortunately, I don't remember. My mom always bought Skippy when I was a kid. We never bought Jif.
My mom bought Skippy once, and we went right back to Jif.
Yeah. I think
I think
it was
we just went with the whichever one. I think we bought the store brand. Honestly, my mom probably bought the store brand, whatever was the one at the time.
Well, I think Skippy at the time was cheaper, so that's why we typically would buy that. I think that's why.
I think I'm alone on this one.
I always buy Jif, so now I like the natural one.
Yes, me too. The natural peanut butter.
This has been one of the few Mandela effects that I'm not even close to affected by. I always remember Jeff.
Same. I know a lot of you remember it, and that's why I found new residents, guys.
Listen, I'm with you guys. I remember Jiffy until around 2008, somewhere in that time frame. That's when I remember seeing the commercials. Choosy moms choose Jif around the 2008 era.
Wait, is it Jif or
Yeah,
Gif?
Don't even start. You got a lot to read. Go.
Oh man, you know that could turn into a 10-minute debate. It could turn into a 10-minute debate.
It's just one of those, like, it just sounds weird. All right. This is where I'd say if you remember Jiffy, you were definitely in another reality at the time, or they designed the Y differently than the rest of the logo because the Y looks messed up in the 60s font that I remember.
So in the 60s, if it was Jiffy for you guys, it would have looked like this, and it just looks so weird. So I believe you, but you were definitely in a different reality than me.
I do remember Jiffy when I was a kid. Like Jiffy, it said Skippy, Jiffy, like it's kind of the same.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember Jif being a peanut butter. Even though we didn't buy it, it was still an option.
So guys, you're ignoring the font on this question.
All right, so sorry, I didn't realize you switched the page. Yeah. I also wanted to ask those that remember Jiffy, which background do you remember? Because previous Photoshops by other people used the 3-bar design, but if it were 5 letters, I would expect there to be 5 bars based on older logos.
So in the chat,
for me, it was the bot.
No, it was the top for me.
For me, it was the top.
Yeah.
Okay, in the chat, guys, if you remember Jiffy, which one do you remember, top or bottom?
3 bars. Yeah. Okay, so I remember 1 square for each color. Totally lost on this one. I remember it only being the 3 colors. It wasn't the every single color having its own square. Bottom.
It was like that in the 60s and the 70s. That's why I'm asking people. And it was
Captain
always
Kirk
like
says
that.
Captain Kirk changed his name to Captain Kurt. I see.
Hello,
But yeah, he
Captain
says,
Kurt.
"Hey, Captain Kirk, I remember Jiffy." He says, "I remember changing to Jif and wondered why they changed it."
Don't remember the colors.
Oh, George Jetson is going to be a year old on July 31st. Thank you, Splatter.
My hers.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was born in 2022.
Okay, this is going a little. Okay, everybody's typing so fast I can't read comments now.
It's okay. Just go to the next slide.
Another box this time said Jiffy, but she said couldn't find it. It was just Jif brand, which had me confused. Ah. All right, I was reading the comments. I also do not remember the points being added all the way back to 94. Do you? Oh, the bottom.
No,
guys, no, not just the bottom. They're everywhere.
Oh yeah, bottom.
Do you guys remember the little
like
pointy wisps on the letters, like that?
No.
Nope.
And also the J and the F. You know that inner part. I don't know if you see my screen. You see my. I don't remember it coming up that high on the inside of the F and the inside of the J. I don't remember it drooping down so low on the J. Look at that. That looks wrong.
Pipes, like plumbing pipes.
Yes, they do. They look like pipes. You're absolutely
Again,
right.
if I had to guess, I would say that this logo represents which a lot of the logos are trying to tell us as above, so below.
Yeah.
In these things. So
well, that's what it is.
This is what I'm seeing here. As above, so below, right here.
Right, it's the upside down J for the F.
We talked about this? We talked about the Sunkist sodas before on the channel, and that is a prime example of the U and the N are merged, and they look like that, like sine wave. As above, so below. Looks like a sine wave on Sunkist.
Which is Sunkist now, yeah.
Yeah, it's Sunkist now.
Sunkist. I don't like that.
Me neither. Me neither, Sandy. Wait, did we read that last one?
No, yes, we read that one. We're on the next one.
Yes. Sorry, I was reading the comments. Another change in 94 that I have no memory of, the letters no longer being centered in their blocks. This is why the last Photoshop of Jiffy only stretched the 3 blocks out. Does this look right to you?
So guys, for me, the letters were always in their own color blocks. But since 94, they're just closer together and just are on top of the background. They're not in their color blocks. So yes or no in the chat. Were yours in separate colors, or was yours like this since 1994?
Well, that's the thing. Maybe they're trying to illustrate to you that because now there's more space. They could have put Jiffy if they wanted to. I think it was Jiffy.
I was thinking merging together. Like our realities are merging. They're merging together in between the colors.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think I paid that close of attention to whether they were in their own specific block. Because like I said, I remember it being Jiffy, and that's when I remember it only having the 3 colors. I haven't actually been looking at it super close. That looks funny to me, but then again, it's the font that looks weird.
And that's why I remember the old font. That font's wrong for me. But anyway, go ahead.
I thought that was a new updated thing. But I have an alternate memory of the blocks in the 1980s. I don't remember the blue block being made really thin like this. Do you?
So they were always the same size for me, the color blocks. I don't remember the blue being thinner than red and green. That's
no, me neither. Is that wait? You're telling me that's the way it is now?
No, that's the way it was during the 80s when I was growing up.
No, they were all equal size.
Aww. Deborah had an accident. She made a typing error. Said, "I remember that logo in the 80s on Jeff." She went to put Jeff. that was funny. Gotta love typos. But the main reason I'm bringing this up again is the addition of the logo that did not exist when I last researched Jeff. It's the missing link that I expected to see back but wasn't there.
So when we researched it before, it went right from this type of logo to the new logo like this. Go ahead, read it, Esther.
Wow. Back in 2018, the logo went from the 70s logo to the logo design we have today with the cut-off Fs. That looks
We were
weird.
all focused on the cutoff F at the time.
But in this reality, that's no longer the case. The F had a bar until 1984 now. This logo was nowhere to be found when everyone first noticed the F was cut off. It was just an old style letter, and the cut off F new design, which in this timeline wasn't released until 94. I remember that little piece coming out.
I do too, but it wasn't
because
there.
They all have about the same nutrition. But one stands out from the rest. It's not only nutritious, it's more. It's peanuttier Jif, and it's delicious, with more fresh roasted peanut taste than...
And just to reaffirm that this is a change, here's a commercial that made me realize the missing link logo was added to
any leading brand. Jif's made with only #1 grade peanuts, sealed in its...
There it is, right there.
Yeah. Sorry, that started playing automatically. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine. It gave me just enough chance to almost read the whole thing. Do you see it?
Do you see that it changed?
Yeah, the F popping out back.
But in the beginning of the commercial,
in its jar while it's fresh and warm for delicious peanut taste.
Peanutty good.
Peanuttier Jif. Nutritious
what?
because it's
no.
Delicious because it's Jif.
Wait, in that very same commercial.
That's on the next slide. Go to the next slide, Brian. I got pictures of it. So you don't
it changed twice.
Yeah, I know. Go to the next slide so you don't have to keep rewinding the video.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, I was just laughing at something I heard a while ago. It's not appropriate for air. The beginning of the commercial shows the new logo that was on the packaging from 1984 to 1994, including the thin blue block that I have no memory of. Yep. But a few seconds later, at the top of the peanut pile is the missing link logo that did not exist when I researched Jiffy 3 to 4 years ago. 2 logos, same commercial. Yeah,
so again, I remember the bar going through, but when we went to look at that logo, it didn't exist. It went right from the 70s logo to the 94 logo.
Is this the same thing? Well, it's possible they reused old video footage that doesn't explain a logo that didn't exist, and they had the ability to update the logo in the commercial. So I just find it strange that this logo is in the commercial. Yeah, because if it didn't exist, it shouldn't be in the commercial.
Right. I'm saying the logo I remember is finally back in this reality. It wasn't there when I looked back in 2018 or 19, whenever I looked last time.
Yeah. Since I'm on the topic of peanut butter, I thought I'd ask one more question about it. This may have been covered before or may not even be a change, but it's new for me, so I'm asking. Yes or no? Do you remember Superman or Batman peanut butter?
In the chat,
no.
yes or no. Do you remember Superman or Batman peanut butter? This is when I wish Hebrew was here. Jeff?
No, but look at that weird S.
No, definitely
it's got
not.
that the serpent looking S.
Brian, that's AI art.
Oh.
Jeff,
What did you use for your? What did you use for the AI art?
I always use Wombo. Jeff, are you there?
Never heard of it.
Is Jeff there, Brian, or is he backstage?
Jeff, he's on mute. Jeff's on mute.
Oh, all right.
So nobody's
Jeff, can
seen
you come
this
up?
before. I don't remember Peanut Butter being Batman or Superman. I mean, maybe they had like them put some sort of like collab with them or something, but I don't remember them actually having their own peanut butter. I think we did cover something though like this. Oh my word, I remember we were talking about this a few weeks ago.
I don't know.
Oh, this is weird. I'm having a deja vu moment where it's literally like feeling like we've already talked about this a few weeks ago.
I don't see anyone in the chat that remembers it.
Yeah, nobody remembers it, and it just, I don't know, maybe it was a dream I had that we already talked about this, or something that actually did happen, and I'm just, shifted, and now I'm like, I don't know. I remember us talking about this a few weeks ago.
Dead Esther.
That's weird. Oh, sorry. Oh, you want me to read this still? All right. Like I said, maybe I just missed these, but I have no memory of ads in comic books, commercials at friends' houses, or seeing them on the grocery store shelf. That was a dream. I don't know. It could have been.
I don't know, but I think you guys could agree with me when any like movies would come out or something like that, they'd have some kind of thing. I don't remember Superman peanut butter, but my personal favorite is the High C Ecto Cooler. You know, when Ghostbusters came out, the original Ghostbusters. You remember that when they had Ecto Cooler? That was my favorite.
Oh, sorry, I had to yawn. There isn't much out there about the Batman version, but the Superman version appears to have been available in the 70s and 80s based on the jars. I'd say it was the same decades for Batman. I know they commercialize everything today and did back then as well, but I simply have no memory of these at all. Do you?
I'm curious, you guys here. Do you remember? Do you like the creamy or the what is it?
Chunky. I like both.
Chunky, yeah. You like chunky? I had chunky maybe once. I didn't really like it, but that's just my personal preference. I usually go for creamy.
I prefer creamy, but I'll eat either one.
Oh, I only eat.
What about you, Esther? You like?
I hate.
You only eat creamy?
Ugh. Yeah, I don't like crunchy stuff.
Jeff, are you back yet?
Introducing Superman Peanut Butter. Made from top quality peanuts through and through for a nutritious taste your whole family will really eat up.
All right.
No one can resist its unbeatable protein-packed flavor. New Superman Peanut Butter. Now landing at your favorite grocery.
All right, this is interesting. You want to talk about this?
Well, these are just new residue I found new residue for me, for Jiffy.
Yeah, see how the three colors are there? That looks right there, seeing that.
Yeah.
I found it interesting that the ad in the top left blocked out the F. I don't know why they did that.
I don't know either.
Jeff, are you back yet? I guess not.
All right. Choosy moms choose Jiffy, it says.
Yeah.
IGA remembers Jiffy. Tons of residue, you guys. Wait, Walgreens? Walgreens remembers Jiffy?
Back then they did.
If my kid can't bring peanut butter to school, then yours
Oh.
can't bring the deathly plague. Vaccinate or I'm bringing the Jiffy.
Isn't that horrible?
Yeah, it is.
Never forget what they did.
And then of course there's that. What is that? Is that American Dad? What is that? The one at the top left.
Yes, that's old residue, but I wanted to include it because it was good residue. It was an American Dad.
Yeah, it says Jiffy.
But there's a beer, a stout, and it says Skippin' a Jiffy. The Jiffy logo, with Jif logo with Jiffy and Skippin' for Skippy.
Interesting. You guys impressed by some of the night's Mandela effects?
We still have one more.
Residues?
I was going to let Jeff read, but he's not here. I don't know where he went. There's still one more, Brian. One I saved for last on purpose.
All right. Well, if Jeff can't read it for whatever reason, if he's having technical difficulties,
I'm going to read it.
would you like to proceed?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, this next one, we talked about this before. Is there something new with this?
Yeah, there's a lot new with this. It's not about the logo, Brian.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys. The United States Post Office became Mandela affected when their logo changed in 2016 for our community, even though the logo had changed in 1993. So as you can see here, the A's are broken pyramids and the R is broken. That's the old change of the United States Postal Service. Hey, pushing buttons. I found 2 possible new changes to our postal history. And I can't wait to see what you all remember, because this is nuts. It's just nuts. There's no other word for this. This is a major change to my history. Question number 1. Now, Brian, you're going to have to sit on the questions. There's 2 questions. I want to get answers for them all. Question 1. Do you have any memory of a mobile post office existing? Not just the mail, the entire post office. Yes or no in the chat. Do you have any memory of a mobile post office existing in the United States? And I'm sorry for those of you out of the United States, but due to the nature, it's a U.S. only.
I don't know, but I suppose they did that so they could get your mail to you in a jiffy.
Ha ha ha. Can someone read Brian's chat so you can see all the answers, please?
No.
We got a bunch of no's, Sandy, in my chat.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't remember mobile. No, they needed to have an actual post office to go to.
Jeff, you back yet?
Bring your own scale.
All right, question number 2, everyone. Besides a postal worker hand delivering your mail, boats, trains, planes, horses, drones, vehicles, and stagecoaches, do you remember any other forms the U.S. government has used to transport or deliver mail?
I'm gonna have to say UFOs.
Turtles when it's an important piece of mail that you need to get somewhere.
Turtles.
I like turtles.
Yeah, Philo. Amazon uses drones now, so I just threw that in there.
For novelty. No, drones, rocket. Donkey, I guess, if you want to go really slow. No.
Not for novelty. All right, we can go on, Brian.
So no UFOs? Okay.
No UFOs. So this is question 1. The answer. As soon as it gets on my screen.
Yep. Carrier pigeons?
From 1941 through 1974, the U.S. Postal Service commissioned private bus companies to make and run mobile post offices called actually there's a word before it, but highway post office. They would accept and deliver mail across parts of the U.S. faster than trains. Next slide, Brian.
That beam me mail, Scotty.
Beam me up, Scotty, yeah.
Each bus route would make an average 150-mile trip each day, stopping on average in 25 towns and cities. Each was a fully operational post office, but the buses were run by different companies depending on your region. Has anyone ever heard of this? And it was actually called the Flexible Highway Post Office. I think each one had a different name, but it was the Highway Post Office was the program that the U.S. Postal Service had. And here's what some of them looked like inside. They had, post office slots. They would load the bags
You mean
of
they
mail
had,
in.
they had indoor PO boxes?
Brian, it was a fully operational post office on wheels. There it is, the Motorized Highway Post Office Service. That was the official name. And they were calling it the Modern Pony Express.
No, thank you.
Nope. No.
And here's question 2. As for question 2, the other form of transportation was an experiment that failed, but not how you'd think it had failed. Have you ever heard of the USPS experimenting with mail delivery by Navy missile? Has anyone ever heard of the USPS experimenting with Navy missile delivery of mail?
No.
Some people were joking about that, but I think that they were just like, haha, that's funny. That's silly.
I don't understand how a missile can land. It didn't fail because the mail blew apart into confetti at its destination like one would imagine. It failed because they determined this mode of delivery took 3 days slower than by boat or train to get to the recipient. The mail was sorted. It's supposed to say sorted, it autocorrected. Oh no, the mail was stored in the explosive compartment and landed safely in Florida. It just took too long to sort and deliver. Has anyone ever heard of these? I didn't even know a missile could land without crashing.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
It says, have you ever heard of either of these? Do you think these are changes to our history? On the left, you can see point of landing, first official missile mail, 8th of June, 1959, U.S. Naval Station, Mayport, Florida. And they also had a commemorative stamp and an envelope. Missile mail, they were calling it. I've never heard of this. I've never heard of the buses or this.
Me neither. Well, I hope everyone's had a great night. That covers all the effects for tonight.
Yes, it does.
Any last requests before we close out? We hate to say goodbye.
I was going to say, again, happy birthday to Robert Humphrey. His birthday was yesterday. It's really good to see all of you. And we'll see you next week. Have a great night, guys.
Yes. Right. Thanks for coming.
Yep. Everyone, thank you for coming. Have a great Mandela Effect night. God bless.